Yo, how you going? It's Leonie Shamrock, nonetheless. Welcome to Card Box with Shan. Oh my lord, Shanny's late. Nothing new. Couldn't find a pen. Couldn't find my notes that I had from the other day. So welcome to round two with Polly, which I've been looking forward to, and I know you guys have been as well. So yeah, I know. How have you lot all been? I have had, don't know what it is. Every night seem to be getting these temperatures and kind of fevers. It's just so weird. He was on time, but I was like, I'm running a bit late. 1 second. 1 sec, guys. One second, guys. Yes, I've been having these stupid fevers every night. And as you may see right now, it's made another appearance. Trying to hit up dude. I think me and Paulie have the worst luck. There's an omen, there's a hex on us. Show. Excuse me. Stand by, guys, stand by. Technicals, yet a fucking again. Yet again, does Chann give up? I think Chann gives up. We will just have to see what's what, because I don't know with this dude. I have no clue. I have no clue. I just spoke to him like 20 minutes ago. So, Paulie, I don't know what your technicalities are this time, son. But let's hope you sort it out. Damn. So, there were some good things that we need to chop it up about. Is any of you guys, would you guys have questions anyway? Because last time I think I saw a couple. I can't remember. I think it was from Sly Tendencies, had a good one that I was on the verge of asking about. I think one of his fights that you mentioned, Sly. But I don't know. I think I don't usually do this, but I'd rather when you just can't be bothered because you actually are not the most well and you've dragged yourself up. It's just ridiculous at this point. It's just redundant. And then you get the messages after, you're like, oh, and it's just like, no. Time needs to be respected. If someone says they're running late and you say, and they say by 10 or 15 minutes, you're like, all right, cool. Then 10, 15 minutes later, you're supposed to be here. Brushing the old hair. So yeah, guys, I don't know. Do you know what? I've got a feeling he's falling asleep, but that it's still not good enough within that time, to be honest. Still not good enough in that time. It's really not. And my laptop's acting stupid. I know. Graham, man, I'm shagged, but how's everyone? But how's everyone doing in a day or night? We here. We waiting for Paulie. We can't find him. Joe Hogan. I don't know. Look. Call him, Paulie. So if he knows Michael Mickinson, that would be great. He's from your neck of the woods. Sure can. He's not here. So for someone not to be that unavailable, could he not just have fallen asleep? You're trying to keep your one on phone calm. Oh, congratulations though. Congrats. Newborn in the building. Man, don't I know about that. I don't know where Paulie is, guys. So there's nothing that I can do when I'm calling a brother and they're not answering their phone. Nothing I can do. And look, I'll wait online to see if because last time this is what happened, you remember? And then he came through and he was jogging. But you can't be asleep. It's midnight my time. Yeah, literally 15 minutes before I went live, I spoke to him. I can't figure it out. I cannot. Let me see. I need diamonds and rubies. I'm crazy about me. Oh, it's you guys talking in the chat. These types of things do really frustrate me because, you've got all of you guys that have tapped in and that you're waiting. Do you know what I mean? That you're waiting and you want to see who you want to see and what you want to see. And then you can't see who you want to see. I'm gonna keep on. Try again. As you can hear. Keep on running. Not great. See, I don't know a man's if a man, when they go to sleep, they go into their super straight. I wish I could have been asleep now. It's 12:20. I want to be asleep, gone to bed. Do you know what I mean? So, Malignaggi, round two, failed. On the Saturday, when he was supposed to do the Saturday, guys, he said that I can't remember what let me see, I can't remember what he said. There was something that had gone wrong technically, because he's not good with technical things, but like from the first time. So that didn't happen. And then he was like, yeah, we'll do when we're doing. So this is the agreed. We have. Thank you very much. That's sweet of you. Appreciate the content. Oh, it's AJ. You're right, Age. My guy. We did our marathon while you was at work, didn't we, last time? I think about a week ago. We had a great panel, didn't we? Great panel. I'm trying to see if we can get Mr. Malignaggi. And I don't know where Malignaggi is. Malignaggi, you will see this. No, he'll hit me and I'll be in bed. This is how it's going to go, to be fair. No, I got the sniffles. It's horrid. Sniffly, Chann. But, yeah. Let's have a panel run. That's what we'll do. We'll have a panel run, shall we? We'll have a panel. Like, let me put the link. And my laptop's moving like... My laptop is moving really stupid. And it's getting on my nerves, to be fair. And if you come through, you come through. If not, all right. So, you know what happened last time? Everybody got the heave-ho, didn't they? I was like, okay. Okay, there's the link in the box. Let's just see once. Shelton! Yeah. No. I was late. I said to him, I'm going to be late by 10, 15 minutes. And he was like, no, he was like, okay. So, and then 10, 15 minutes on the button. I was, because I've looked at the time, 14 minutes that I've called him. I got a feeling he's falling asleep. Lucia Bales. Thanks for your effort, Lady Shannon. Feel better. It's all good, Lise. You're my girl. You know I love you to the moon. Back. Moon back. You know. Yeah. So there's the link in the description box. If anybody wants to come through and say anything, preferably good. I was going to say good, bad, and the ugly, but I was preferably, you want to keep it good. Don't we? We got the queen here, Lisa Bizales.
What's good, man? I'm so sorry you're not feeling good, girl.
And we
I
got
just want you to take care of yourself, man.
I know, but it's Paulie. We thought we'd make the effort for Paulie. That's what I'll be saying, Paulie. So stupid, I know. But yeah, I don't know, Lisa. I don't know where that. Who's that then? XM Sniper.
Yo, what's going on?
Hope
everyone's well. Hope everyone's good.
Yeah, we are. Hey. Where are you from? Do you play?
How you doing?
Where are you calling from?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm from the Isle of Wight, right next to Portsmouth. It's where Michael McKinson is fighting out of Portsmouth.
Michael McKinson is.
You know on the Gibraltar show on Sky Sports with Eddie Hearn, Dillian White Povetkin 2. Michael McKinson beat Congo on the undercard.
Oh yeah.
And he's absolutely super. He dropped. I think he dropped Congo twice in that fight. It was a brilliant performance, and he's promoting the city. He's fighting for his city. I love it. I went to college in Pompey, and I'm a massive Pompey fan. So man, I'm a. What's that? Sorry.
Is he fighting today?
No, he's fighting on the fight camp. On I think it's August the 14th. He's fighting on the Boatsi card on fight camp. So it's gonna be decent.
Okay. AJ, what's up? Shelton, what's up?
What's happening? What's good, Lady Chann? How's everybody doing?
I don't know
what's going on, bro.
I don't know what Paulie's doing.
Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm in my laundry room. I'm getting ready for the trip tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, MIA, man. Where Paulie at?
They're gone. It's like we're cursed. I don't think we're supposed to do round 2. I spoke to him at literally 15 minutes before getting on here.
He acting like a diva?
No. He was.
Yeah, I think he is.
I was like, I'm 15 minutes late, and he was like, no worries. So,
but look, Chann, hold on. This is one of my pet peeves. One of my pet peeves is punctuality. I can't stand motherfuckers who ain't on time. I hate that shit.
But what if they explain? What if someone explains that they're late, and then like within 10 minutes they just disappear off the face of the earth? That's just weird.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you said 15 minutes and he said okay, that means he agreed to it. So he needs to be back on the phone in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So what?
That's what you agreed to.
Yeah. You could at least shoot you a text message or something saying like something happened. You know what I mean?
That's why usually I think I've got a feeling that he could have fallen asleep within 15 minutes.
How you gonna fall asleep? It's fucking 7 o'clock.
Yeah, no, this is
fuck out of here.
Hey, Lady Chann, I saw an interview done with Dane White. You know quite a few figures then in the boxing world.
No, it's now Shelton.
Somebody got bad feedback.
That's Shelton. Yeah, that's Shelton. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sniper.
I was just saying, I saw an interview with you and Dane White. So like, do you know quite a few figures then in the boxing world?
I grew up with Dean White, and it just happened that I used to go to the boxing world. And
how mad is that?
Where you grew up with Dean White?
That's crazy. Dean White's a bit of a...
He was when we was growing up, we used to be in the same area. I grew up in a similar area. I was across the bridge at first in Chelsea, and he was Battersea.
Wow.
But then it was and then I didn't see him for ages, and then I saw him one day. I saw him on the TV. I was watching some boxing stuff, and I was like, and I hit my friend. I went, "Is that Dean? Oh, Dean!" And they was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that is crazy." So I
bet he was a bit of a bad boy growing up, wasn't he?
I found him on Instagram, and then it was he was like, "Oh my god!" And then that was it. So yeah.
Wow.
It's funny.
Who else have you met in the boxing world then? Have you?
You'll have to go through my channel, mate. There's a lot of people. You'll have to go through.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
You might be new to it. You'll have to go through.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people that I've had the pleasure to meet, and more to come. But yeah, there's a few.
What do you think of Eddie Hearn and the whole DAZN deal? Do you think that's good for boxing?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I subscribe to DAZN straight as it happened.
I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? $1.99 a month. I mean, come on.
$1.99.
These first 3-4 months.
It will be going up. I heard to $5, but that's not.
Yeah, but do you know what? $5, fuck it. That's all right. I'm not moaning at that.
No swearing, mate, like that.
Oh, sorry. sorry. My bad.
No worries. Yeah. A $5, a $10, that's even fine, as long as we're getting great content. I'm good with it. But for $1.99, I think it stops after his fight camp. I think he said.
Yeah.
Then, doesn't it?
Yeah. What do you think of the production? Because I know there's loads of talk around the production quality being ramped up with DAZN. What do you think of the Canelo and Saunders production and like the ring walks and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was so good.
I'm trying to remember like what the first Canelo one that Eddie did was amazing when he had the so he had the reggaeton artist, and then this one he had the mariachi band.
Yeah, the Cinco de Mayo, 70,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eddie doesn't scrimp on budgets anyway. When he
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Yeah, so
you guys know he broke the indoor record for attendance from Muhammad Ali
right.
with the
how mad is that, by the way?
With the what?
Yep.
With the age? What age? With the what? He broke the
attendance record with most people indoors for over 73,000. That like broke the record with Muhammad Ali fight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. With the Canelo thing, yeah? With the Canelo
fight. Saunders fight. Yep.
Wow.
But what's funny is that you still got people like Bob Arum and all these like ESPN guys coming out saying that, it was a crap fight, the production weren't up to scratch. What are these guys watching? I just don't get it.
So sick of them.
I will say this about I will say this about Billy Joe. It's like he may be. I mean, he put up a better fight than Callum Smith did. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think he put up a decent scrap. He gave it a little more effort than Callum Smith, even though he got stopped. It still was a good fight for what he gave.
Did you see that double left hook in like the 5th or 6th round where he went to the body, then went up top, Billy Joe? And I was like, oh. Okay. And then there was a couple of rounds before Billy Joe was like working his way into the fight. And I was like, oh, okay, hang on. Like Billy Joe's really starting to establish himself in this fight.
And in the mid rounds, he really picked it up. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
he did.
But Billy Joe, he kept throwing his head down when Canelo was going in for those big shots.
Also,
and then obviously Canelo.
Too. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously Canelo being obviously a pound for pound great, he noticed that, clocked onto it, and then caught him with that flush uppercut, and and that's all she wrote. But fair play to Billy though. Like, obviously Billy was an underdog going into that fight, and rightly so. But he put up a really good account for himself for me, and for a lot of for most of the boxing fans that kind of
I knew he wasn't
were writing him off. Yeah, for sure.
I knew he wasn't going to win. I was like, I would like him to win. I knew he wasn't going to.
Yeah. And I watched that video that you posted today, like you guys talking about your predictions. Looking back. And you guys were honestly like you were spot on with it, absolutely spot on. So
the guest that we had, he said, Ned, big up Ned TBE, because from the Boxing Bros, he said that Canelo is going to take off Billy Joe Saunders' head. He nearly did.
And he nearly did.
Basically. So that was a spot on one. Let's give Ned a round of applause.
It's funny. Ring IQ's channel, he did a breakdown too, and he predicted that Billy Joe would get stopped by Canelo as well, because because one thing that Billy Joe I think wasn't smart. He pissed off Canelo with all the antics. You know what I mean? It was supposed he was just going to be another simple defense. Okay, I'm just going to beat this guy. But now with the ring walk and all this kind of stuff, okay, dude, you made me mad now. And I'm like, now I'm really gonna hurt you. It's like, oh boy, dude, you don't want to piss off Canelo, dude. He pissed Triple G pissed him off, and he changed tactics for the second fight. And he took the fight to him, and then he won.
Triple G got robbed.
But in the first fight, Triple G whooped his ass.
Yeah,
the first fight, hands down. Yeah, the first fight he got
we rescored it, didn't we?
Yep, we did. Yeah, you
did
a live review.
So we watched it.
Yeah, I had Canelo winning 2 rounds. I think Lisa and Shelton had Canelo winning 3 rounds.
Mostly I blame Triple G for that, because after that first fight, I'd have walked away and I'd have dealt with them anymore, because, dude, you know what you're going to get now if you get go to distance with this guy. You know what I mean? You might as well. He should have fought Billy Joe after that. He really should have. And then he could have been undisputed and kept his titles.
Yeah.
I felt like when Billy Joe demanded for the ring size to be increased, and Canelo just accepted it, give him what he wants. I don't care. I'm gonna slap him around the ring regardless. I don't care. I was like, oh shit! Canelo is right. He is right in the mood for this one.
It's funny you said that. It's funny you said that, because even Canelo said, because he was being interviewed, he said about the ring size, he goes, I don't care if the ring size of a football field. I don't care. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm gonna whoop his ass regardless.
Yeah, and I also saw a funny interview with Eddie Hearn where he was saying how it was quite awkward, like him having to go back to Canelo's camp to ask for a ring extension. But those are the types of tricks that people like Billy Joe, Tyson Fury,
That they like to play.
Fury. Yeah, they love to play those games, man. It's all part of the gypsy culture. I grew up with gypsies. Like, I know how these guys work.
Right, we grew up with gypsies, don't we? So yeah.
They love playing these games. They love trying to get in your head, trying to break you down before the fight. That's what they do. That's what they're all about, and that's why they're so likable in some aspects, you know. But yeah, no, it was. I thought Billy Joe performed really well. I thought if he could have just slipped that one punt, if he could have just like clocked on to, you know, that he was making that same mistake over and over again, dipping his head down, and if he could have switched up his strategy a little bit, he could have seen that fight out, no question about it.
That's what I thought.
It would have been a great fight.
Yeah, I thought
it's funny. I mean, like, I was also saying he should keep his hands down. It's funny. Beck and Marimelo Kuziev learned that the hard way. Should have kept his hands up.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh God, yeah, that
I agree.
We watched those fights at the. But I'll be covering that on my. I'm supposed to be doing. I usually do my weekly wrap up show, but because I wasn't feeling well, I didn't really do one. So, what do you guys think of the? I'm really rubbish at saying his name, Metakuviev.
I thought it would be
the bully.
Is it? Yeah. Bully, right?
Who was the dumbass who decided to put a 7-fight fighter in with Gabe Rosado? That was stupid.
They tried to rush him. That's what happened. That's what they tried to do. They tried to put him in. They tried to rush him. They tried to fast track him. He wasn't winning. He dropped Gabe in the first round. It's funny, like going into this, I was like, I was kind of 50-50. I didn't pick who was going to win. I mean, but I was hopeful that Gabe would pull it off. I mean, I had no idea he would end the fight the way he did like that. But like going in, I really didn't pick a winner. I mean, I was like, Gabe, he's that. I don't know, man. He's that banana skin. He could cause an upset. That's just what I kept thinking. You know what I mean? But never did in the world. Never did I think he would end the fight in that devastating fashion. That just, oh my God, what a knockout that was. KO of the year so far, man. Gabe Rosado.
Chann, listen to me, Chann. Listen to me.
Yeah.
You don't put a 7-fight fighter in with a guy who's got over 40 fights, who's been in with the best and made a good account of himself. People look at Gabe Rosado's losses, but they don't look at the fact of who did he lose to.
Exactly.
Gabe Rosado,
he's been in with top guys.
That's why I said when they were talking about putting Edgar Berlanga in with Gabe Rosado, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to end well.
Did you see what's the kid's name from Florida? What's his name again? Lubin. Did you see the sparring thing with Lubin and Berlanga?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
He knocked him down in sparring. Now Berlanga is 168 and Lubin is 154. I saw them.
Yep, I saw that yesterday.
The guy got to get some experience. Don't rush these kids into these fights with these veterans. It's not going to end well.
Shelton, you need to turn your TV down, King. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Lisa.
No, go ahead, talk, Shelton. No. I was saying we're all talking at the same time, and I couldn't hear nobody.
Neither could I.
No, go ahead. I was just saying I was shocked when I saw that.
What was it? Clarify, because I think I saw a clip. I was going to see a clip of it, but I didn't.
Go ahead, tell her, Lisa. Let her know what happened.
Yeah, Lisa, go ahead.
I'll send you. What did he knock him down with, a left?
I think it might have been a left hook. I think.
Yeah, it was a right hook. It was a right hook.
Who was it?
It was a right hook.
Right
Lubin knocked down Berlanga in sparring because Lubin is on the undercard. Well, Shelton will see it. He'll see this weekend. Lubin is going to fight Banana Rosario. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight.
What is that going to be?
That's going to be a good fight.
Or
that's the undercard of the Tank fight. That's the co-main of the Tank Barrios fight.
Okay. I'll get to see what
Yeah,
that's all about.
Rosario is the guy who beat J Rock, and then Jermel beat him and got the 2 belts off of him.
Okay, so
That was a bad KO. That was a bad knockout loss when Rosario lost to Jamel. I hope he's all right. Hope he's 100%.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that I'm just saying that was a KO contender of the year because that was a one man world Marquez. What he did
Yeah,
to
it
Manny
was. That
Pacquiao.
was he got Pacquiao. You're right, Paul CX. You did tell me that yesterday.
Me
He is
too.
a
No,
miniature version
it wasn't as
of
bad as that
Tissot.
because Pacquiao was out for a while.
DT, come on the panel if you want. You know you.
Oh, he was out. He was out, Lisa. That was the same thing. Face down, ass up. Same thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. You're right.
That
You're
was
right.
crazy. But he recovered quickly though, because he was up, didn't need any oxygen to what I saw. He was okay. He was only 24, but to be fair, he was up on the cards in those.
Okay. Yeah. Because he knocked him down. Yeah.
He dropped him with a body shot. But Gabe recovered, and he said in the post fight, I realized that when he throws that body shot, number one is his favorite shot I saw, and number two, he opens wide up. He opens up wide when he throws it. So my thinking was, I just need to walk him to the corner. If I walk him to the corner, he's gonna go for that body shot because that's his favorite punch. And when he opens up, I'm gonna catch him with an overhand right. And damn, if he didn't do exactly that.
I mean,
And
what's funny, what's even more shocking.
That's
I mean,
experience.
what's even more shocking is like how Gabe is a guy who's moved up through the weights. He's not a 160 pounder. You know what I mean? He's not that big. He's not that big a guy.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a real big guy, but Gabe can fight. Gabe is a tough guy.
Oh yeah.
35-year-old against a 24-year-old.
He went through a war with Triple G and what's the guy name from Canada?
David Lemieux.
Huh?
David Lemieux.
David Lemieux, right?
You saw his face after that fight? Oh my God.
Yeah. DT3. What's happening?
What to do with the vote?
What's up?
Just catching y'all. I'm going home. I just got off work and I just called Lady Chann. So I gotta slide in and see what to do with the vote.
What's up, boom?
West Side. I live in West London, so in West Side.
What we cooking on?
We were supposed to have Paulie on. Paulie seemed to have been able. So we just thought we'd chop it up about. We were talking about Metakudia. And
yeah, we were talking about Beck the Bully, how he got bullied.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well,
yeah,
I was catching y'all when y'all was talking about Gabe Rosado and how he not a dude with 7 fights. I didn't know dude only had 7 fights. That was new information for me.
Yeah,
and that's true. You shouldn't put no guy in there with a dude like Gabe Rosado. And he only got 7 fights. Like, what did you think he was going to do against Gabe Rosado? A savvy vet, not just a veteran, a savvy veteran.
But the problem is, though, with the current climate that we find ourselves in, you're wrong if you do, you're wrong if you don't. Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, if he was to put him in with another novice and he just goes in there first round and starches him, then he gets like loads of abuse because it's just another walkover fight. But then if he puts him there with a challenge, then he gets criticised because he's rushing him. So this is where like the whole promotional side of boxing starts to get tricky. It's like how are you supposed to grow fighters yet simultaneously give them challenges at the same time? Like, let's say for example, if Conor Benn gets starched out at fight camp, guess what? All the blame is going to go straight to Eddie Hearn, and they're going to say, "Oh yeah, but you tried rushing Conor Benn, blah blah blah." But if Conor Benn goes in there and starches him in a round, then people are still going to criticize Eddie Hearn and say, "Oh look, you're just giving him walkovers." So that's where it gets difficult.
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be fair, to be fair, Eddie Hearn has already came forth and said that just what you just said, that he's damned if he do, damned if he don't. So if Eddie Hearn has me as a fighter, right, and I say, Eddie, I want to fight everybody. Put me in there with the top dude right here, right now. And Eddie gonna look at me like, you sure? And if I'm like, yeah, put me in there, and Eddie puts me in there, and I lose, is that Eddie's fault? No, that's not Eddie's fault. Eddie did what I asked him to do as my promoter. He gave me the fight that I asked for. That's his job.
Yeah.
What you think he doing with AJ? He might tell AJ, hey man, this dude a little dangerous. You might want to wait a while. AJ like, fuck that, put me in there with him. I'ma beat him. And he puts you in there. So I can't knock Eddie for being willing to do what a promoter is supposed to do, which is actually put your fighter in there with the fighters that he's wanting to fight and willing to fight. Meanwhile, other promoters is like, no.
Yeah.
So I give
You know what, boom. I think a lot of people blamed him for Kell Brook.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
The way I remember it, is it didn't
Which Kell Brook really should have been in that ring with Triple G. I agree with that.
I mean, because that was supposed to be Christian Bale Jr., right?
But how you gonna turn down $5 million though when you ain't never made $5 million? I see why Kell Brook took that fight. I would have said Kell Brook.
And Kell Brook thought he could beat Triple. He genuinely thought he could beat Triple G though. Like he really thought that shit. Like it wasn't just the money. Like Kell Brook literally thought he had the skill set to beat Triple G. He didn't, but he believed in himself enough to say, I could beat this dude, put me in there with him, even though he's a division higher than me or whatever, or 2 divisions higher than me or whatever, because he was fighting at 47. You know what I'm saying? And he still took the fight. So I get what people are saying pertaining to Kell Brook, but also give Kell Brook credit for being willing to step up 2 whole weight divisions, because he fought at 47, stepped up 2 weight divisions to fight Triple G, even though I think his fight prior to that he fought at 54. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. But here's what I'm saying. This is the point I'm trying to make. You're a matchmaker, which should signify that you've been around boxing for a minute, correct?
Yeah.
So if you've been around boxing for a minute and you making matches and you see, damn, we got a choice between Darnell Nicholson or Gabe Rosado to fight this 7-fight fighter, I'm probably gonna go to Darnell Nicholson route. I'm probably gonna even maybe try to put him in there with Edgar Berlanga. I'm not gonna put him in with a grizzled 40-fight veteran who's been in with all of the top guys that anybody can think of off the top of their head, from 60 to 68. I'm not gonna do that because I'm pretty sure of what the outcome I'm gonna get if I'm trying to make some money off this kid. I think what they need to do is start letting these young kids fight it out and find out who's the best of these youngsters. What do you think, Chann?
I think they thought Gabe was finished. Like they thought, he's just going to be, a journeyman now. I don't see the logic on why they chose Gabe Rosado. Why? I didn't know. I know he's a decorated amateur, the Bector bully, but in saying that though, guys, Shelton, he was doing well for someone that was only 7 pro fights in.
He was. He did get.
I say it all the time, Chann. I say it all the time, Chann. Who was he fighting?
Who was he fighting? Yeah, but what?
Who?
The dude before, or in what way? What do you mean? Who was he fighting? I'm confused. Sorry.
He was doing well. He had 7 fights, 6 KOs. He was doing well. But
yeah,
who was
so he had 6 KOs, 7 fights. Yeah, that was it. I don't know who is he fighting. I didn't even check it. I don't know. I don't know who he's been fighting. But they come from. Where does he come from? Uzbekistan or? I don't know. I have no clue.
I wouldn't give a damn if he came from Pluto. You don't put a 7-fight fighter in with Gabe Rosado.
Yeah, why do you think they did that then?
Because they're stupid.
Yeah. Well, no, but what? Do you think they were trying to rush him? Do you think they were trying to
exactly?
Money grab? What's going on?
They didn't have a great talent evaluator. The guy couldn't evaluate talent. He was dumb. He was stupid.
Yeah, before that, they were going to put him in with Kovalev until Kovalev pulled out.
Do you know what that kind of reminds me of a little bit? A fight over in the UK, Denzel Bentley against Felix Cash.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Bentley was not perhaps rushed into it per se, but like in hindsight, looking back at that fight, he certainly wasn't ready for someone like Felix Cash.
Felix Cash destroyed him.
Oh, he's an animal. He's an animal.
I didn't see it coming like that. Destroyed him.
And you have to start asking questions at the in the matchmaking room, So
yeah.
I think that ultimately what it stems down to is how good the prospect is as a fighter. Then that determines whether or not they'll succeed. Because you go back and you look at a lot of examples like Anthony Joshua. He was rushed and he turned out to be successful.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You got Conor Benn. So far, he's been successful, and they're kind of stepping him up the right way. I kind of like how they're matching Conor Benn. Josh Kelly tried to step up against David Avanesian. Look what happened to him. You know what I mean? Didn't work out.
Right.
Then we just had we had Beck the Bully stepping up against Gabe Rosado. Look what happened to him. And before that, he was supposed to fight Kovalev in hindsight. I was picking Kovalev to win that fight until it was canceled. So.
What against
y'all do realize
Canelo?
this is why we won't see big fights, right?
Yeah, but what they need
because
to
we
do,
seeing how, which is what you just said. Think about what you just said. Dude stepped up, lost. Dude, I don't believe in the whole moving too fast type shit in the fight business. I don't believe in that. If you a fighter and you attain a certain skill set and you believe that you can go in there and beat a particular fighter, nothing wrong with seeing if you can or not. Because if you can do it, then that proves that you are what you say you are, what people may believe you are. If you can't, then maybe you need to work on some things. So I don't like it. I don't like the narrative of a fighter stepping up, because all that proves is that to the higher opposition or to the big marquee fights, they not gonna do it, because if they were to step up 30 for some odd fights in, they might get their ass beat, and they don't want to do that. So I feel like it's nothing wrong with a fighter wanting to test themselves. This is boxing we talking about. What it is it's not financially lucrative for these promoters. That's what it is. It's the finances, the business.
But if you look at the UFC, for example, how different the culture is around MMA and the UFC. When a fighter loses a fight in the UFC, it doesn't touch their stock whatsoever. As soon as one boxer loses a boxing match, people straight away, oh yeah, I think he should retire. I think he should call it a day. What? Are you having a laugh?
That's true.
So that needs to change in boxing, and it needs to change quick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
sorry, go ahead. I was just checking his Beck the Bully's box rec. So I know why there's a guy that's got similar stats to Gabe. Similar. So he debuted with a guy called Martin Fidel Rios.
Right.
20. Do you want? Shall I? I should just share it. You guys have a look and tell me. Oh. Counterpunch to you. Big up Kurt Deville in the building. Paulie. Hey. We don't know where Paulie. We don't know where he is. Yo, Paulie. So we're just getting on with the talk of boxing. I want to show you. the.
Do you know what? I was really looking forward to that conversation as well.
Me too.
The first conversation with you and Paulie was brilliant.
Yeah. I don't know how.
When I seen the little set reminder thing on my YouTube scroll, I was like, yeah, get in.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Yeah, because Lady Chad, I was going to ask you to ask him a question about he had a confrontation with a YouTuber who slapped him in the back of the head. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other day, literally last week, Corey something.
Corey B. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the kid's name.
Some TikToker. I was catching up on why he did that. I watched him on an interview on Tech Talk. My laptop's moving funny, but can I just finish this? That Martin Fidel Rios that he debuted with 2 years ago was 23-19-4, and Rosado's 25-13-1. So they probably fought, because all of the things 22-6-1, 4-1-3, 15-3-0, 27-5-0, 17-5-0, 19-4-1, and then they got ambitious and they thought 25-13-1. We could do that. That's what it was. They got over ambitious.
I think it's like the thing about Gabe is like every time, even in those losses, it's like he gives it his all every single time because like he fought Maciej, like he dropped him twice in that fight. He got a controversial decision against Danny Jacobs. Went balls to the wall with Triple G, at least tried to. You know what I mean? And it's like so you peel back, you peel back the layers on these losses. It's like, hey, he gave a good showing in these fights, even despite the fact that he lost. You know what I mean? And then they didn't realize that coming in because like even DT3, he made a good point. He said that when Kell Brook fought Triple G, he genuinely believed that he could beat him. And for a while, he gave a good fight. And it's funny because like Eubank Jr. was supposed to take that fight until he dropped out, so Kell Brook stepped in to replace him. And I felt that if Chris Eubank Jr. had fought him then, I mean, he probably wouldn't have won, but if he didn't win and if he gave a good showing, that probably would have raised his stock and made him even bigger despite him losing. You know what I mean? And that would have probably enabled him to get more fights down the road on top of Eubank Jr.
Yeah. So Gabe lost against Martin Murray. Martin Murray was good then anyway, actually.
Yeah.
Joe Saunders just about scraped by and beat him. So that was at...
He fought Charlo also.
Yeah,
Jamal, right? He fought
Jamal. Quillin. Yeah. Triple G. And a guy called Derek Ennis. Alfredo Argulo. Fernando Guerrero. Joshua Amiango. This is going back early in his career. Okay, but yeah. So, like, would you say that Gabe is... Every time he gets stepped up to more of he tries to hit the elite status, it just doesn't fare well for him. Someone compared him to Derek Chisora, but what would you guys think?
Gabe Rosado is an old school Philadelphia fighter who, whenever you call him, he's going to answer the phone. That's why he has 13 losses.
Right.
He's not going to run from nobody. He's going to answer the phone, and he's going to give you a good fight. So you have to put guys.
That's fair enough.
Gabe is a lot better than his record indicates. But Gabe has fought all of the top guys. That's why he has losses. That's why you're not gonna see Gabe. Gabe don't have a 27-0 record with 25 knockouts, and everybody's saying he's going to the Hall of Fame because you fought Ocampo or you fought fucking even though the guy showed a lot of heart. What was that guy's name Saturday? The guy, not Munguia, the guy that fought Saturday, that fought Charlo.
Juan Montiel.
You didn't fight. Yes, see, Gabe's not fighting Montiel. He's not fighting fucking Ocampo. Gabe is fighting the Triple G's of the world, the Danny Jacobs of the world. He's fighting all these top guys. Gabe is going to answer the phone. So when you call him, your fighter better be ready because he's going to be.
What would you say are his best wins on his record? Because I'm just checking them out now.
I think the Jacobs win was his best win because he won that fight. They took it from him, but he won that fight.
Right.
Yep.
Paul C, I agree. Chisora lost to Vitali, Fury, Usyk, Hay, etc. All good men, same as Gabe. That's why I said it earlier. No.
He fought Peter Quinlan.
I had it before.
He fought Peter Quinlan too. Yeah, he fought everybody.
Well, so the fight against Daniel Jacobs was on a DAZN show when they were trying to push Daniel Jacobs to get that Canelo fight. So that's interesting. That's an interesting angle.
Yeah,
he got a draw. He got a split decision draw against Louis Arias, as we know, as a fucking sorry, I swore. He's an animal.
It's all right. Who else has been swearing now?
He got stopped by David Lemieux, but we know David Lemieux is some people call him a bit of a hype job, but I do think he's got some serious talent.
He's got power. He just can't fight. He can't box, but he can fight.
He can punch.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I wouldn't call him Deontay Wilder. He's kind of similar to Deontay Wilder in a sense. I mean, just a little bit. He can punch, but he can't really box.
Yeah, puncher, not boxer.
Yeah, no, I think that comparison against Derek Chisora is quite a decent one, to be fair, and I think that gives him a lot of respect actually as well. So
he's very respected in boxing circles. Everybody know who Gabe Rosado is.
Yeah.
He fought Arias also. He fought Arias.
Yeah.
I noticed his defense he's worked a lot on that. It's gotten better. Because remember, Gabe was a bad bleeder and cutter, remember?
Yeah, he took a beating against Triple G. Triple G beat the Hebrew shit out of him. He took it.
Yeah. But remember, he used to always get cut and bleeding in fights. I haven't seen him doing that lately.
Who, Gabe?
Yeah, Gabe is a bleeder. Yeah, he's a real bad bleeder.
He did cut. Didn't he cut in the fight just gone? He did have a cut.
No, he didn't cut in this fight. Didn't last long.
I thought he was good. It ended right before he could get started. Really.
Oh, he fought Willie the Worm's son also, Willie Monroe Jr.
I thought he bled a bit.
Did he lose that fight too?
I don't know if he won it, but I see he fought Willie the Worm, his son.
He fought Jesse Hart too, didn't he? Did he fight Jesse Hart?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just looking at who
he fought a bunch of guys. Gabe done fought every goddamn body.
Yeah, he fought a lot of people.
You know, I'm just looking at Billy Joe Saunders' record, and do you know what? Billy Joe Saunders got a decent record. You know, like fair play to him.
Yeah. He's got a decent.
You know, like
middleweight.
Yeah, like it's so easy to forget with certain fighters' records. Like we're talking Chris Eubank Jr., Andy Lee, Willie Monroe Jr., David Lameau, and Martin Murray. And these weren't fights where he was struggling. Okay, like a couple of the fights, there were moments in the fights where he was struggling a little bit, or he got caught. But these were like unanimous decisions, you know. So Billy Joe Saunders is a top level fighter. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to harp on again about the whole Canelo fight, but I enjoyed it personally. I thought Billy Joe put up a good performance against Canelo, and if he could, all he had to do was just recognise that he was repeating the same thing, not over and over again, and just change it up a little bit. But
can I ask a question?
Sorry, never mind.
What do you class? What would put you? Because it obviously what we've been talking about, elite statuses and that. What makes you elite? Does it make you the fighter that you fought, or is it the technique that you have, or
what makes you elite? What makes you elite is the fact that you can get in the ring and adjust to any style that you get in the ring with and overcome it. That's what makes you an elite fighter. It doesn't matter who they put in front of you. You're going to be better than that guy because you put in the work, you stay in the gym, and you fought all different styles, and you can adjust to anything that comes at you. That's what makes Canelo elite. Not the fact that he gets so big and strong and all that. It's the fact that he stays in the gym. He's always working on his craft, and he can adjust to any style they put in front of him. That's what makes him elite.
Yeah, for me, being elite is it's not adjusting to different styles on the night. It's being able to recognise a certain style within top level fighters, and then being able to adjust your game plan, strategize and prepare accordingly for that fighter, and then go out on the night when you hear when you're sat in that back room and you can hear 50,000 people screaming, right? And then walking out there, going out there, and then doing it, and then actually performing like at the top of your ability. That's what makes you an elite fighter, in my opinion.
Also, like what I think makes you elite is that like I've noticed like some trends with like some boxers, like especially Ukrainians. You got guys like
well, Shell got a gun or something. What's he doing? Like firing shots off in his garden?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, that was saying like just once you I mean I've noticed like a certain trend with like boxers like Ukrainians like Sergey Derevchenko, Vasily Lomachenko, Artur Beterbiev. These guys have got like 200, 300 amateur fights and they haven't even had 20 fights yet and they're already champions at the elite level, pretty much. You know what I mean? I mean like you know, look at Lomachenko. He's been fighting at elite level since the second pro fight. Because he fought for world title in the second fight. Then he got over Artur Beterbiev. He's just had 16 fights. He's a unified champion of lightweight. Alexander Volsvik came too. He was a champion in like his 14th fight. Sergey Derevchenko, he's not a champion yet, but he's only had 13 fights. So look who's fought: Danny Jacobs, Jamal Charlo, you know, other stuff like that, and giving them good fights. And Triple G, You know, so I think it's also like, you know, the fighters, if they have a very extensive amateur background, like a lot of amateur fights, they'll probably get thrown in early on. You know what I mean? Like when they step up, like when they haven't even had 10, 20 fights yet. You know, so I think that has a lot to do with it too. So
yeah, and it's sorry, go on.
Lisa, what's your definition of elite? Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh, have you got a definition of elite?
Definition of elite?
Yeah.
Somebody who, like Shelton said, a fighter that knows how to adjust, and if they're in a bad, a weird situation, they're able to adjust and not just have plan A, but they have many different tools. Somebody who's willing to take on different challenges, not just sometimes you got to fight gatekeepers. Sometimes you have to fight vets. Sometimes you got to take on, good up and coming talent. A well-rounded fighter. Not every fighter is perfect. I mean, nobody's perfect, but somebody who knows how to adjust in that ring.
Well, you know, there could be Yes, sorry.
That's okay.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, I know.
Let Lisa finish.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, just somebody who knows how to adjust, and who you may not have, like, some fighters may not be defensively that great, but sometimes they use their offense as their defense. You know what I'm trying to say? So, not every fighter has every tool. You know what I mean? Not everybody gonna use the pull counter or the Philly shell or the this or the that or the. Not everybody got a great left hook or right, but use your attributes to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
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 You know, it's funny because, like, even
sorry, I had to say my definition of elite. I listening to all you guys' one. I never once heard resume.
Oh no,
resumes don't win fights, Chann.
Oh yeah.
No, resume is important to show.
Resumes don't win fights, Chann.
Doesn't matter.
Look, listen.
Your body of work tells you a lot if you're of elite status. Like, there's people that can do everything that you guys have said against funds. Doesn't make that fighter then that fighter will appear to be elite. It's your level of opponent that class if you're elite.
100%.
That's true.
But there could also be like two separate definitions of what an elite fighter is, right? So there could be, like, behind closed doors in the gyms around the country sparring. There could be guys that are knocking out top level fighters there, but as soon as the bright lights come on, as soon as they hear the roar from the crowd and the camera's switched on, they buckle right under the pressure. But then you've got other fighters that can switch and they can go up a gear under that type of pressure. So there is very much an objective side to what an elite level fighter is, but there also is a very much a subjective side to a top level fighter. And by the way, that goes for like all sports. It goes for everything from like darts to snooker to soccer to everything, right? You get guys behind closed doors, they're punishing world champions there day in, day out. But as soon as the bright lights comes on, they crumble. You know, so you tell me, like, which one's better, you know? I don't know. It's a hard one.
Let me ask you a question, Chann. Mm-hmm. Who had the better resume, Muhammad Ali or Ken Norton?
Oh,
who won the fight?
Tough one.
Who won the fight? Who won the fight?
Ken Norton.
Doesn't matter what your resume says. What can you do to this guy? It doesn't matter what you did to that guy or that guy or that guy or that guy. Can you do that to me?
Yeah, I don't think it's the only thing. I don't think resume is the only thing. It's the stuff that you guys said. But I think resume is a part of it as well.
Well, you know what?
Your resume is important at the bargaining table. You're absolutely right. It's important there. But in the ring, resume don't mean shit.
Well, I could say this from my observations now that I'm observing stuff. Ken Norton has that bob and weave cross arm style. That's the same style that's the same style that Frazier had. So that may not be the best stylist matter for Ali.
Exactly.
I mean, it's funny you say that because like out of all their fights, Ali could never figure Norton out. It's like he just couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what Shelton's saying, but I still feel that there's just different parts of what makes you elite. There's elite, your style, having the opportunity and being able to change on the fly, your game plan, also to execute your game plan effectively. Also, ring generalship, ring IQ, punch selection, just everything. Your arsenal, but on the office side of things, resume doesn't help you win those fights. But with all those things that in your arsenal that are of elite level, you're able to contend at an elite level with other elite opponents. That's all I mean by why the resume in this instance.
So Lady Chann, can you give us a few examples of like fighters currently that you think are elite level?
Fighters currently that are at elite level would be
Joshua, Fury, Wilder. Would you say all three of them are elite level?
I wouldn't say Wilder's elite. No, I'd say Lomachenko. I'd say Lomachenko's elite.
Lopez.
No, I wouldn't say Lopez is elite yet. No, he's not elite. No, he's not elite. Wow. He's world level. He's world level. You can't be elite. You can't be elite at that level.
Controversial.
No, you can't be elite and you've got franchise stuff. No, that's not elite yet.
Right.
You're not elite yet. Canelo's elite, even though he's been franchised, but he was elite before that. Floyd Mayweather's elite.
Right.
Oscar De La Hoya was elite.
Ricky Hatton?
My opinion, Ricky Hatton wasn't elite, in my opinion.
Do you think Dillon White's elite?
There's world level and then there's elite.
Right, okay. Yeah. What about David Haye?
World level.
World level, yeah.
World level.
Terrence Crawford.
You know what? David Haye was my favorite. Oh, man, that pains me so much.
Terrence Crawford is elite.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford's elite. Errol Spence is elite.
Errol Spence is elite. Manny Pacquiao elite.
What about Dillon White?
No, world level.
World level, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he surely now Dillon White has earned his opportunity to have a chance at becoming elite level, i.e., fighting for a world championship belt.
Yeah, you can be a world champion. It doesn't mean you're elite.
Right.
Dante Wilder, sorry to bring him up. He's a world champion. He's been a world champion, but he's never elite.
So would you say Tyson Fury is elite then?
Yeah.
Why? Who's he beating? That's elite.
Right, yeah. If you put it in that way, if you're just using resume, it doesn't seem like he's elite, but he's an elite. He's got elite boxing skills, though.
Yeah, but who's he proving against, though? What, Otto Wallen?
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying, though? Like, fair enough, he slaps Wilder, but people were saying, for the last 5 years that Wilder is a one-dimensional fighter.
Yeah, he's not elite.
So,
if I have to put Tyson Fury in it, with all of what I've said, there's bits of him that
it's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
You know what's funny? I mean, you know what's funny? You know, if Fury was fighting Dillon White,
that's a good one.
If Fury was to fight Dillon White would give him a tougher fight than Wilder did. I guarantee it.
Dillon White will give him a tougher fight than Wilder.
I believe so.
Yeah. I 100% believe so. Me too.
Yeah, I believe so.
And that's me trying to take my
now why do people say
well.
that?
Like,
now why do people say
that? Look at it objectively.
Say that, Lise. Lise, go. Lisa.
Now why do people say that? Because he doesn't have the length or the. I said why do people say? Do you hear me?
What about Dillon White?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We hear you.
Okay. I was saying now, why do people say that Dillon would give him a tough fight?
Do they think Dillian got more tools in the arsenal? Wilder, they think Wilder's a one-trick pony.
I think Dillian's got a little more dimensions to his game than Wilder does.
Yeah. Dillian White's got, for me, he's got elite level body shots. When he's fully prepared for a tough fight, he's and when he walks into that ring with the right mentality, he's a difficult human being to beat. Like, I don't care who you are, whether it's Joshua, whether it's Fury, I don't care. Yeah. Right? Povetkin pulled out a punch from the gods to knock him out, and guess what? Yeah, in heavyweight boxing, that can happen. And that's why we love heavyweight boxing. Okay?
That's my only flaw with Dillian White. He's a little chinny because he's been knocked out a couple times.
Yeah, but is he chinny though? Yeah, but is he chinny though? Like,
he is.
What? I reckon any single human being on this planet, if you get caught flush from an uppercut from someone like Povetkin, right? It's night-night. I mean,
I'm gonna give you a scenario. AJ got caught with an uppercut from Vladimir Klitschko, who had 59 knockouts on his resume, and he got
right.
Yes, he did.
Dillian White, if he gets up,
Dillian White didn't get up.
Dillian White didn't get up. If he doesn't get up, he just doesn't.
That wasn't an uppercut he got hit with.
That was a straight right hand.
That wasn't an uppercut. I thought he got hit on the side of his temple.
Is it a straight right hand?
It was a straight right hand. Straight right hand.
Well, we all know. Now, we can all on this panel agree. Dillian White do not punch as hard as Vladimir Klitschko. We can agree to that.
No. I think all these 260 plus pound professional boxers, I think they all punch pretty similar to each other, to be honest, when they land flush on you. I don't think there's, like, people like to say, oh yeah, Wilder punches like a fucking, sorry.
No,
punches like a mule.
It's okay.
Okay. And do you know what? So does Joshua. So does Dillian. And by the way, Tyson Fury is not exactly a flyweight. If Tyson Fury lands on your chin, he's not landing like a flyweight. This geezer is 260 pounds. What? Like,
that's on a good day. He's about 280.
6'7", and guess what? If he leans in with a straight right, he's going to hurt you. I don't care who you are.
That's right. You got a lot of prospects that are hitting hard, like Effie and Job. He nearly killed some last guy with the right hand he landed. Then you got Filip Rogovic moving up, and he can punch too. He can crack as well. So you got prospects who are coming up who can crack themselves.
You're absolutely right. Look, let me tell y'all something. This is just from an old head. I ain't never seen nobody get harder than Larry Holmes got hit by Ernie Shavers.
Oh my God!
I still ain't never seen nobody get hit that hard.
I ain't seen it because you said this before.
Crazy.
I need to check it.
Chann, Larry Holmes bounced off the canvas like a basketball. He got hit so hard.
Wonder if I could look this now. Larry Holmes and Shavers. There'll probably be a highlight of it.
And then he got hit again in the 9th round. Got dropped again.
And he still won the
fight. Got up in the 11th round and stopped that man.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, anybody that's fighting today get hit by that shot, they not getting up.
But do you know what they're saying in combat sports in general, right? It's the shots that you don't see.
That's the ones that get you.
Are the ones that catch you.
That's the ones that get you. Yeah, it's Shavers, Holmes, Shavers 2.
Oh God, I just want to see
1979.
What was it? A knockdown, Shavers 2 knockdown.
7th round and 9th round. 7th round and 9th round.
This is funny.
You guys saw that fight on the panel, yeah? You guys saw that fight on the panel, yeah?
Oh yeah. I was surprised that Holmes.
Have you ever seen a harder shot? Have you ever seen a harder shot than that?
No.
I gotta watch it.
That's probably top 3 of the hardest punches I've ever seen.
Well, go on then. Who do you think has the hardest one hitter quitter power in heavyweight division?
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
That I've seen in my lifetime?
Yeah.
Ernie Shavers by far.
Who?
Ernie Shavers or George Foreman. They were starching people.
Wow.
George Foreman.
Julian Jackson too.
Traumatic.
Ron Lau hit like a motherfucker too. Julian Jackson was a hard puncher. Watch it, Chann. Watch it.
G-Man will hit hard too.
I've seen Larry.
Oh yeah, Gerald McClellan. Yes, Gerald McClellan.
Hey, y'all hear that? She said, "Ooh." She said, "Ooh." Yeah. I thought he killed Larry Holmes. I couldn't believe he got up.
Yeah, look, here's a really good comment from Wael Fatumbi. It says Vladimir's punching power is highly underrated. His KO percentage speaks volumes, and I saw his career here in Germany. For AJ to eat those punches also speaks for his great chin. He has no glass chin. I agree, man. I mean, if you take a shot from someone like Vladimir Klitschko flush, right, in front of 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium, when you've been hyped up like a god for the last 3 years, and then you pick yourself up from that and you starch him in the 11th round. Yeah, do you know what? Fair play to him.
Yeah, I don't think AJ is chinny. I've never thought he was chinny. I thought he just got caught with a whole lot of shots by Ruiz.
I thought it was a tactical knee when I first saw it. I thought he got landed for it. I thought AJ is just gonna drop just to grab himself a cheeky little 10 seconds, a little 8 count, just so he can recover. Because I thought, especially when I watched the replay, Vladimir, he set up that right beautifully. He landed that right, but then he was also going to follow up with another left and another right and another left. And I thought AJ knew that, and he was like, "Oh shit! I need to drop just so I can break this momentum, this Klitschko momentum." But that's obviously a bit of a conspiracy theory, I suppose. But yeah, no, it was fair play to Joshua though, getting up from that. Working his way back into the match and then stopping him in the 11th round the way he did. Like for me, that was as a British fighting fan, watching that on the night was incredible, and I'll never forget that fight. I really won't.
Credit to him. I mean, even when he got, I mean, because Joshua's definitely got hard. I mean, because even when he got dropped all those times, he got up each time.
I was gonna ask Chann. You ever seen a harder shot than that, Chann? She on the phone.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm watching it now.
Tell me, Lise, you ever seen a harder shot than that? I don't think you will. That was a monster shot.
Yeah.
Which one? Sorry.
And I say this. We ain't got to talk about Muhammad Ali, right? I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying it on this panel. There is not a heavyweight that's fighting today that could have beat Larry Holmes in his prime.
Agreed.
I agree.
Who said it's the punches that you don't see coming that usually put you down? I mean, who said that?
Okay, man. You know when someone just doesn't respect your time. No, I'm kidding.
What did you say, bro?
I mean, did someone say that on the panel? Usually the punches that you don't see coming that put you down.
Yeah, that's the ones that you get you. The ones you don't see.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think that's what happened to Lennox Lewis. Like he got hit with shots that he didn't see coming. That's why he got knocked out by Oliver McCall and Austin Rodman.
What?
Exactly.
Lady Chann, what is he?
Hang on, don't excuse me just for a minute because I'm doing something. 1 second. Sorry. You guys quickly.
Yeah, I don't see. That's the ones that get you. It's not the shots that you see that hurt you because you can roll with the ones you see coming. It's the one you don't see. That's usually knocks your ass mark out.
He was in an absolute slugfest with Ray Mercer and took his best shots. You know what I mean? Do you think it also depends on where the shots land though as well? Because in the Ruiz and Joshua fight, I think Joshua saw that punch coming, but because it landed right on the top of the dome, it was still enough to kind of trip the wires. You know? As soon as he got hit, he wobbled like crazy. He was gone. He was gone. He was gone. There was no recovery. There was no way Joshua could recover from that. He was done. You know?
Yeah.
But when Joshua landed that flush right, was it a flush right or a left? Either one. It was left. Was it left hook? Yeah. So he landed that nice flush left hook on Ruiz. Ruiz drops down. I think that was more out of shock though. I think Ruiz just wasn't expecting it. And so Ruiz just like, oh crap, here we go. And then he just dropped. He's like, wow, okay. He'd never been dropped before. Yeah, but his wires weren't tangled though. He got up and he was fine. He was daisy. He was all good again, you know? Same as Fury in that 12th round of the first Wilder fight. But then as soon as Ruiz lands that left on Joshua's dome, it just hit that part of the head. Just different, man. Just different. And the wires all tripped at the same time. And Joshua just could not recover. He couldn't figure it out. So
let me ask you guys a question. We got this fight coming up on the 24th, right? 24th of July.
Right.
Let's say they get in the ring, they go a couple rounds, both of them are still fresh, they're not tired yet. Wilder catches them with a beautiful, perfectly punched, the big shot. And Fury eats it. What happens then?
What you asking?
What happens then?
I think if that happens and Fury just eats it, Wilder is best pretty much giving up. He's not gonna win if that happens. You know what I mean?
And I say that because they keep omitting this part when they're doing all the Fury Wilder banter. Right. Fury then ate Wilder's best shot and got up.
Yes, he did.
That
it's funny you say that because it's funny it's funny. It's funny you said it because after like the first fight when he got dropped, like after Fury got up, you look on Deontay Wilder's face. He couldn't believe it. They got up, and he was in complete and utter shock. It's like he literally thought the fight was over. He was dancing around celebrating like, "Oh yeah, I got him, yeah, I won." And Fury got up, and he's like, "Oh shit, what the hell?"
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, I was I left a comment on Lady Shann's page on one of our videos, and I was saying, look, listen, I'm fuming that the Fury Joshua fight isn't happening. However, I'm not gonna not be invested in the Wilder Fury third match, the rubber match. So therefore, now that I am invested in this match, okay. All I'm asking is, in that second fight, we saw in the first two rounds Fury take Wilder's right hands flush, but well, not flush, but what he managed to do, he managed to roll the shots. Okay, there was two shots. I think there was 2 or 3 shots that Wilder landed like that you could call flush, but Fury managed to roll with them, and he managed to take out like 50-60% of the power and the sting of those shots. Okay. And then Fury obviously done what he done. He went to work and he cleaned them up, right? So, so my question for you guys is, tactically, what can Wilder do different? And also, my second question is any of those excuses, those litany of excuses that he came out with in the year and a half since the second fight, is there any of those excuses that live up to the scrutiny? Because the only one for me that semi lives up to the scrutiny or to the stress test is that he might have had coronavirus prior to the fight, or he might have been like really like he might have had like a really serious case of the flu prior to the fight. So I would love to just like ask you those questions and get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'll could I be the first answer? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Your first okay. I think that the first to answer your first question, I think there's nothing that Wilder can do at all to win this fight. I mean, honestly, this is a fight in my eyes that Fury can't lose. He can't outbox Fury. He can't put the pressure on Fury, and he can't overpower Fury. I mean, we saw this already in the first 2 fights. So, in my opinion, there's really nothing Wilder can do to win. In my opinion, this is a fight that Fury cannot lose. And to answer your second question, to is amount of I think all the excuses that he's made, none of it adds up, because I'll tell you one thing: if Wilder had won that second fight, we wouldn't be hearing these excuses at all. Period.
Yeah, because this is my thing. This is my thing about all of that, right? They said that Fury's always been a cheat. So why did you fight him? Why did you agree to fight him?
Exactly.
Why agree to fight?
Plus, lately he said that he's giving Fury. He won the fight. I think he said he won the fight due to white privilege. Well, you gave him that privilege in the first place when you agreed to fight him. So how did he win the fight due to white?
Listen. As a white man, like I felt so awkward when I was.
Are you white? No way, you can't.
Yeah, I'm white. I'm
no way.
What?
Oh, did you?
Nah, you ain't white. You lying. You lying. You just trying to fit in. You ain't white.
Okay.
You sound well black.
But I mean, look. When I heard Wilder coming out of all that stuff, I was like, oh, for fuck, do we have to go down this road? And then I was listening to your videos, Lady Chann, and you were saying the exact same thing. It's like, look, listen, we don't need this type of bollocks in boxing. We don't need it in our sports. I was like, yes, thanks fuck for that. Because,
there is white privilege, but in this
for sure. But in boxing, in that fight in particular, come on, man.
In this fight,
Tyson Fury did not win that fight because his skin color was white. I mean, I just don't get it. And but he seems to be like bent on that narrative. He seems to be really committed to it. So it's something I think we are as boxing fans, especially like if we're invested in this fight, invested in this storyline, it's something that we're gonna have to continue to listen to and to be a part of. So it might get a little bit awkward from time to time, but you know, I just don't want people to forget that this is a fight between two multi-millionaire, top privileged men at the peak of their career with resources dripping out of their arsehole to get themselves in a position where
here's the new narrative
at their best, right?
Have you heard the new narrative?
I want us to forget.
Have you heard the new one, bro? Have you heard the new one? There's a new spin on it now.
Oh no!
What's going on now?
Here's the new spin. They say Wilder wasn't saying that Fury wanted to fight because he was white. Wilder's talking about the way he was treated after he lost. Well, Wilder, you brought that on yourself because in the ring, you said the better man won. And then once you came out of the locker room, you started saying my water was spiked, the suit was too heavy, the gloves was manipulated, there was egg weights, the referee was a crab in the bucket, he was against me, even though he took points away from Fury. He said that the WBC was against me, the Nevada State Athletic Commission was in on it. You see what I'm saying? So everything he said mutes the point of you saying the better man won. So you're a sore loser and you can't accept the loss. That's what I see.
Because Sheldon, I mean, it's funny you say that because even after in the post-fight interview, but he was talking about. He said the better man won. I don't want to make any excuses, but then he started making excuses immediately. Oh, there were issues in camp. There was this and that, and even like referring back to like my brother Sniper said. He was. I mean, like, because I'm black. I'm African American myself. And like, you know, and he's
really
yes,
no, you can't be.
Lady Chann is trolling.
I didn't know
She's trolling at this point.
No, that ain't out of sarcasm. I just didn't know that you was. I thought you was white. Or I thought you was Latino.
It's funny. I get that all the time, but it's just the way I sound, I guess. I can show you a photo. I can show you my face if you don't believe me.
Well, your avatar is a black guy, but yeah, no, I do believe. I believe you because you wouldn't just say it. Okay, what's your? Did you say that you're mixed?
No, I'm not mixed. I'm African American. It's just that I just have I don't know. I guess an intelligent way of speaking, I suppose. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm African American. I mean, but, I mean, I can show you my face if you don't believe me.
No, you can show your face if you want, but I believe you.
No. But Sniper was not. What Sniper was saying, he was betting on the money. It's like, I mean, like, you know, race doesn't. I mean, white privilege. That's not why you lost the fight. You lost the fight because Tyson is better than you, and he happened to be the better man on the night. That's what happened. And if you would won the fight, we wouldn't be hearing all this at all. You know what I mean? And I just wondering what and Lady Chann, I left a comment on your page as well. I was saying, like, I wonder what the excuses are going to be after if Wilder loses the third fight. What are they going to say then? I mean, are we going to get a fourth fight after that? Like, you know, like what's going to happen then?
Well, I mean, what was the angle that Wilder was even taking on this stuff though? Because I remember seeing one statistic. I think I was listening to do you know the Boxing Voice, that YouTube channel. Right. They were saying how like the majority of American world champions have been from African American descent, right? So if white privilege does exist in boxing, then it's not doing a very good job, you know. But I mean, and also I saw Ness's video today, and he was saying like he's a massive like Wilder fanboy. Okay, he's a ride and die Wilder fanboy, and that's great. I love.
Oh, he's got so many.
I love listening. I love listening to passionate boxing fans. Okay, but even he's coming out and saying, look, all this is doing, like bringing politics and in particular like racial and identity politics into our sport is isolating yourself. That's all he's doing is isolating himself and causing divisions. And I mean that is so true. There's famous sayings throughout sports like don't bring politics into sports, and there's reasons for that. And the reasons why you don't bring politics into sports is because we're trying to escape all the nonsense that's going on in real world, and we're trying to live in this like utopian where we can all be one, where we can all get along, right? Where we don't have to worry about politics or all that crap, okay? And we can just sit around and watch people playing their chosen sport based on meritocracy and nothing else, you know, and that's what's so beautiful about sport, like essentially, and the fact that he's trying to like racialize it is I just find it so awkward, man. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, listen,
Lady Chann.
But I didn't hear any of it because I saw something out. So I'm very sorry, Lisa.
Yeah.
Can you just take the helm a little minute while I just sort something out?
Okay.
Yeah, please, sis, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm listening to the guys, and I was just finishing up watching this highlight of Ernie Shavers and.
Sorry, my laptop.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Continue. I'm listening.
Because my brother is a sniper. Even Deontay Wilder turned on Jamel Charlo because he think he's not co-signing all the BS like everybody else. Can you believe that?
Yes. I don't really get into that whole thing, that whole story, because I'm kind of tired of talking about it. So
yeah, it's just too divisive. Man.
I could care less.
It's not good.
It's talk. Everybody talk about it every day, all day.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like crazy at this point.
Yeah, 100%. And do you know what? It's so powerful that people like us are speaking out against it. Like, that's massive, you know. So that's and that's basically all we can do. All we can do as fellow boxing fans is just call out all the bollocks, call out all the politics, call out all the nonsense. Like, we don't need it in our sport. All we need in our sport is meritocracy and competition, and that's it. That's it. And if you don't like it, you can lump it. You know. So
agree. 100%.
But
yeah.
Guys, can I just ask, like, do you guys follow British boxing at all?
I do.
Yeah,
I do to a certain extent. I do.
I know. Yeah, I know. I don't know everything about British boxing, but I know a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I would love to ask you about a couple of fighters that I'm not sure that you would have heard of, and if you don't, and if you haven't heard of them, fair play. Like, honestly, fair play. But the first one is Michael McKinson. Have you heard of him at all?
Michael McKinson?
Did he just beat Chris Congo?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of him.
What do you think of him, guys? Do you think he's any good, or what's going on?
Congo would win that fight. I take Congo to win. I mean, it shocked me when Michael McKinson beat him the way he did. So I'm like, wow, man, I got to keep my eye on this guy. He's pretty good. If he beat Congo, gave him his first loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had quite a very awkward boxing style as well, didn't he? He would like launch in with that right and then left counter, and then Congo would keep tipping his head to the right, and then that's when McKinson was able to land that left.
Because one thing I noticed about McKinson is like he's got like out of his record, he's only got like 2 knockouts, and I'm like, he's won most of his fights on points. Like that's pretty shocking. Like this guy must be a master boxer in that case. You know what I mean? Or he's just content on our boxing guys, and I think that like that may be a problem further down the road. It's like I think that suggests this guy is really like a lot better than his record would suggest. He's knocking people out.
Well, his nickname is The Problem, so it's going to be very exciting to watch how So it's going to be very exciting to watch, to see how his career progresses. Lisa, have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, once you mentioned the Chris Congo, I did see that fight. Was that on DAZN or TBC? I can't remember.
It was on DAZN. It was on the undercard of Bill White and Povetkin too, right? I think it was.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because Chris Congo is one of
Gibraltar. And the other fighter I would love to get your opinion on, the British fighter, is a guy called Nathan Heaney. Now, he just fought on a Frank Warren show, and the walkout for him was absolute. And bear in mind, we're like in the middle of a fucking sorry, swearing. We're in the middle of a lockdown, okay? So there was only like a quarter of the amount of fans in the arena that were allowed to be there, okay? But they sounded. There must have been about 2,000 fans in the building, okay? And it sounded like there was 50,000 in the arena. A boxer called Nathan Heaney, okay, from Stoke. The walkout was incredible. The conditioning and the physical shape that he was in was incredible. He boxed, I believe he boxed an Mexican. Wait, let me just check him out here. Oh no, he's from Bulgaria. There you go, Bulgaria. He's got a losing record. Okay, fair enough. He's got a losing record. But
it's 2021, not the 1900s. You know, shit. That was when we was talking about the privilege, wasn't it? Sorry, go ahead. That comment made me laugh. Sorry.
What's
that? Sorry.
Karen's running around.
What comment?
All this kind of crazy shit.
Comment on the screen. Someone said it's 2021. When we're talking about the privileges and and just stuff. Someone said it's 2021, not the 1900s.
Right, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. There's variables that we may not know about because we're not in that field. So there could be some things, unseen things. But of course, it's not like the Jack Johnson days, of course.
Oh no.
But, yeah.
But I think it's more of a class issue. I think if you can reach the upper echelons of the social class in society, then it doesn't matter what
color
ethnicity you are, whatever, you're going to be privileged. But look,
it's funny.
Lady Chann.
Sorry, go ahead.
Lady Chann, right? As a fellow British fighting fan,
yeah, go ahead.
What do you think of Nathan Heaney?
I don't know who he is.
Oh no!
I don't know him either.
Right, you need to watch his fights on YouTube, okay? And also, you need to watch his walkouts.
Let me write it down.
They're extraordinary. So he walks out to hey, Delilah, Delilah. And
Nathan,
I know that sounds very basic, right? But
that sounds
honestly,
so dead. That sounded dead. But at least, it's all good in the hood. Nathan, what's his name? I've been to Isle of Wight. I performed there before. I've been to Isle of Wight.
Really?
Since I think the last time that I went was, I want to say 2012.
2012 in the Isle of Wight.
Yeah,
I would have been.
I even know you did music.
19 years old.
Getting down.
Yeah, music. Yeah, you would have been 19 years old, so you would have been that.
Yeah. So I would have been there.
It was myself and Sticky.
Yeah, because Daffy performed in the Isle of Wight one time as well.
Yeah, I do music. Yeah. I do. That's my other job.
But it's funny. You guys know what's funny? Like, I like to point out this comment that is Antonio Mazzi. They said it's 2021, not the 1900s. Like when Jack Johnson first became heavyweight champion, like the first black man to do so, he wouldn't fight Sam Langford. Another, he's known as like one of the great, like probably the greatest fighters that ever won a world title. Another black heavyweight like him, he fought once before and he barely beat him. Then he wouldn't give him another shot. There's a parallel now today in 2021 where Jamal Charlo, the WBC middleweight champion, won't fight Demetrius Andrade, another fellow unbeaten black, another undefeated two-division champion like himself. He won't fight him, and he's using every excuse in the book. Oh yeah, you got to fight Juan Montiel. Okay, but Jamal, why don't you fight Liam Williams? Just like just like Andre just didn't beat him. I mean, like this is what it's come to now. with
Andrade
the door swings both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see Andre making all these demands from Jamal Charlo, and it's like it's kind of pathetic at this point. I'm just fed up with Jamal Charlo. It's like I'm like, dude, do what you do, man. Somebody needs to get that belt off him. Like seriously, you know what I mean, and unify it with somebody else. He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight Andre. He's not gonna fight Triple G.
Yeah,
he's not gonna fight Triple G.
You're not going up in weight cut to fight Canelo.
Triple G ain't gonna fight him though.
I mean, if
Triple G too, he ain't gonna fight him.
Yeah, but Triple G, he's 39 years old. Why are you sweating Triple G for? Move it along. You got Andrade you can fight.
I mean, if Charlo fights,
he's already been booked by Canelo.
I'm
scared for Triple G. Leave him alone. Leave him
alone.
Charlo fights.
He's 39 He should be fighting them too. You should be fighting them all.
He's going. He's leaving though, Lee. He's leaving.
Charlo fights Canelo as far as I'm concerned. After what I just saw.
You be hearing this. Sorry, guys.
After what I just. No, you good.
Go ahead.
I was just saying if Charlo fights Montiel, if Charlo fights Canelo after how he looked against Montiel, he'll get stopped. Canelo will stop him.
What do you think? So, Lise, you think that Charlo should fight Triple? Julio?
I think that if Triple G, if you got a belt, you should be willing to fight the other title holders. That's what I always was raised to believe.
Yeah.
Championship fight the champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Otherwise, relinquish the belt and leave. True.
Yeah, vacate the belt and just get out there and please just keep do something else.
I think I'm just being a bit biased. I'm being a bit on Triple G's side because he got robbed.
I saw the video.
How the dude got robbed, man. I feel bad for him. He got robbed in that Canelo fight. So
but I saw the video. Triple G's trainer, Jonathan Banks, he asked him to fight Andrade, and Triple G said no.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
He said he's got a fight in December and he wants to concentrate on that. I'm not sure who he's fighting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. I don't fuck all of them as far as I'm concerned.
Well, then maybe wait. Yeah, it's true though.
At least, did you?
Sorry, Jan.
Why are you saying sorry? You know when I like that spicy señorita pequeña. I mean,
yeah, but I'm just saying, I ain't giving them guys no. You're a fighter, get in there and fight.
Yeah,
Lisa, did you see the I'm sorry, Lisa, did you see the post-fight press conference? The Lady Chann, did you guys see it? The post-fight press conference when Charlo was talking about Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. Tell me.
What did he say?
You don't want to watch. It's ridiculous. I mean, he pretty much trolled Andre saying Tim Canelo said, "Oh, he's a horrible fighter. He's a horrible fighter," and everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
It's why are you guys asking him? Why does seriously? If I was there, I'd ask Charles why don't you ask hey Jamal, why does Andre have to fight Montiel for him to fight you? Why are you placing roadblocks and stipulations in a way, making excuses? You obviously want to fight the man and you don't. Are you going to fight him?
Yeah. There's just problems with all outfits. Thank you, Julius. Ring IQ, big up Ring. Hang on one sec. Big up Ring IQ Boxing Talk. If anybody hasn't subscribed to Julius, he does. He's a pro. I think you'll like him, old Isle of Wight over there, because he's a pro of. If you like women's boxing, he's a pro of that. His commentary.
I've been on his live chats. I've been on his live chat several times. I'm subscribed. Yep.
Yeah. Is that where
women's boxing is popping, by the way. Popping.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful things of all the sport to watch to see pro at such a fast rate. It's incredible.
I'm saying this now.
Genuinely incredible.
Courtney versus Bridges. I'm saying it's not Courtney versus Bridges. One of the best fights of the year.
Oh my god.
That one last weekend was
come on, man.
The one last weekend was a good fight too.
Yeah, he was saying that, weren't you, Lee? I missed it by the time I got able to get right.
Yeah, but the wrong girl won. I don't know, man.
What was the weight? What were they?
You talking about the Michaela Mears fight?
No, the other fight on DAZN. It was two Latin ladies.
Marlon Esparza and Bessamora. That one, right?
Yes, that was a good fight.
Okay. Oh yes, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of people saying that was a robbery.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I didn't see it. I just caught the highlights, but yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. But yeah,
the ladies are to me the ladies are more of a throwback fighters.
They're taking all the risks now that the guys won't.
The guys
taking
all
the risks. 100%. 100%. And for me the Courtney Bridges fight and the Taylor Jonas fight.
Jonas fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
they were extraordinary. Like they were.
Remember the Katie Taylor and that lady?
The year contenders
fight like a man.
You know, I mean,
what's the lady's name?
Like Katie, like Katie beat.
Delphine Pursoon.
Katie beat Natasha convincingly. I mean, Katie beat Natasha convincingly, but it's just that Katie was too damn fast.
I think Pursoon beat her both times. I think Katie kind of. I could see it. I don't even. The second time was a convincing win from Katie. I don't think it was a convincing.
I agree.
No, me too.
I think the second fight, I gave it to Katie because the work was more clean and effective. The work was more clean and effective.
But she had her backed up again. Pursoon had her backed up against giving her all types of smacks in that corner. I just don't think it was. I could see why people would etch it on her, but it wasn't convincing enough. I'd like to see a trilogy with them training for each other again and then really going at it.
Wow.
It's going to be the same results. Katie's going to be more, unless she would have to knock her out. But Katie's work is just too clean. Because when I watched it again.
They got popped though.
Yeah, but that girl, I'm not saying that her work, but that girl she swarms you kind of like how Sean Porter. She kind of smothers her work.
Yeah.
That's why I picked Katie.
Do you know why though? But you know why? Delphine's roughly from Belgium and I think she's in the military.
Right.
So they don't play in Belgium, by the way. Racist as fuck anytime I've been there.
Oh, all that. Yeah. She fights like a man. You're going to have to kill.
Same in France as well.
I'm saying the military vibe. The military vibe comes through. That's what it is, why she's so rough. I think that's, because of the training that she's gone through.
Well, I mean, look. Wait a minute. There's two ladies in the chat. Look. There's a couple of controversial issues with ladies boxing. You've got the whole 10 by 2 minute rounds, that they're pushing in ladies boxing. Do you think that's right, or do you think that should be changed to be the same as blokes? And also, there's been discussions around there's not enough research in the trauma to the brain in female boxing, because there's been loads of studies with the trauma to the brain in male boxing, but not enough in female boxing. So there's still questions around that. So do you have any remarks on those issues?
From what I read, a little bit of what I read and I heard from a person in the industry, the women when they get the concussions, they tend to be longer or lingering. So maybe that's why the rounds are 2 minutes and only 10 rounds. So
they said that women concuss easier than men. So
yeah.
But men also say that women punch, less strongly. So maybe there's I don't know. It's a difficult one. I mean, I'm not sure where I stand on it. I think they found the perfect balance between male boxing and women's boxing. I think women's boxing is popping for a reason, and God may it continue. And I think women's boxing is one of the fastest growing sports in all the sports, by the way. It's women's boxing and women's soccer. They're the fastest growing female sports on the entire planet. And so for me, they're clearly doing something right when it comes to the promotional side of things. when it comes to the health side of the sports. So yeah, like let's just continue down this path and just let's see how far we can grow it. But
I found out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I found out from a guy that's more experienced than me as far as his boxing knowledge. Women's boxing go all the way back to the 1800s.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And at one time, it was more popular than men boxing. Look it up. Mel, look it up.
Wild.
Yeah. So
was women's soccer in this country, and then there was like and then I think when when World War I and started and things like that, we become like really like nationalist, and so like we kind of forced men into their roles, women into their roles, and unfortunately we became like less liberal as societies, so we pushed like female sports back. There was a time in this country, right? You know, here in the UK, football or soccer, as you guys would call it, is our number one sport. Okay, we are completely fantasized and obsessed with that sport, right? And there was a period in our history when female soccer was bang on top. It was popping. Yeah. And there's been this is on record. Like if you want to like look it up. But so there's absolutely no question about the push for egalitarianism in sports, for more equality in sport. There's just no question about it. It helps the sports so much to be more. There's just no debate about it. So for me, it's all about just driving fighters that are popping, and that's it. That's all you got to do. And by the way, that's what they are doing. So and that's where you're seeing fighters like Katie Taylor, Natasha Jonas, Shannon Courtney, Ebony Bridges, Clarissa Shields. That's why they're Amanda Nunes in the UFC. That's why they're
Amanda
popping.
Serrano.
Yeah, Shevchenko in the UFC. The list goes on, So we are on the right path. We are doing the right things, and we are in over the next 5-10 years in combat sports. We're going to see such a monumental growth in particular in female combat sports, and my God, it's exciting times. It really is.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny you said it because I bought my first UFC card. I'm not really a UFC fan, but my buddy of mine, he convinced me to buy and watch it with him. I was not disappointed. I got my money's worth.
I didn't hear you. My internet went funny.
I'm sorry. I bought my first UFC card like a couple months back, and I'm not really an MMA fan, but my buddy said, "Hey, man, it's going to be good." I did, and it was not. I mean, it was worth it. You know what I mean? We had 2 women fights on the card. And they were entertainment. I mean, I was fully entertained. I definitely got my money's worth. So one is boxing, and taking off, and I mean, just the bottom line is they're taking risks that the guys aren't. You know what I mean? And it's got to kind of put them to shame.
Yeah, the UFC really has got no complications like boxing.
Yeah. How crazy is that though? That a sport like MMA, that 20 years ago was classed as human cockfighting.
Right? Yeah, yep.
And boxing fans would laugh at MMA fighters, and now it's almost like the other way around. Like, how mad is that?
I mean, we have
mad, right? Like Dana White and the UFC are popping off. There's no question about it. Like every week, there's like these huge UFC events that attract millions of viewers, and the best fighters in UFC are fighting the other best fighters in UFC week on, week out. I mean, we can only dream of that in boxing.
Yeah.
I
know. What is it Dana White? Is he the one that deals with all of that? There it is, my pen. Dana White, he's the head of, is he like the Mauricio Suleiman but of MMA and that?
There's no
he's the president of the UFC. He's the president of the UFC.
Yeah. Well, maybe boxing needs to leave from. What follows more numbers, boxing or the MMA? The MMA is the more popular sport now than boxing, or
I'd say so.
No. So the big fights such as Joshua Klitschko, Canelo Saunders, Daniel Jacobs Saunders, Wilder Fury, they still attract more numbers than the biggest UFC fights. However,
those.
the undercards attract more numbers and they can earn more money than the undercards of boxing cards, and that's where it's different. That's what, and also in the UFC, their philosophy and their mantra is to put the best against the best every single week. Like, we're talking every week, the best against the best all the time. Okay, and in boxing, it's very rare that you're going to see a Crawford against whoever, right? That's
Crawford against
yeah, there you go. Exactly, right? So or Joshua against Fury, because they've got completely different promotional companies that have an entire like conflicts of interests when making those fights, right? So, but whereas like in the UFC, they're all under one umbrella, so they can all earn big money by just fighting each other, and the deals get done overnight. And also, let's say for example, someone like John Jones refuses a fight against one of the top fighters. There's nowhere else for him to run. He can't just switch over to Bellator and earn more money, or against one of their prospects, because Bellator's not on the same level as the UFC. So you know.
Shelton loves Bellator. And Shane was in here. He would talk up a storm about you, MMA, and that he loves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he loves.
They had me watching it one day, and I don't watch that.
Yeah, remember we watched it all together at one point.
Yeah,
when we were watching it, and we got well into it, didn't we? Since we got so.
I watched the Clarissa Shields fight. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but remember the one that we watched a couple months back.
Kayla.
Yeah,
we was watching that.
Yeah, and we was well involved. We was like, yo, yeah. I watched one when you wasn't there, I think, and then one with you,
right.
And then you watched we was like, we actually really enjoyed it, but
it was good.
We enjoyed it because it's just a little different from boxing, but we love boxing the most. But it was just a nice little side hustle, you know, like, all right, cool, we're gonna cheat on. We're gonna cheat on boxing for a minute. Yeah. That's what
I believe Eddie Hearn said. I believe Eddie Hearn said a while back that he was trying to make boxing like the UFC. He was trying to use them as like a template to like how boxing should be.
Mm-hmm. He ain't got no power to do that.
But do you know what? If there's anybody in global boxing promotions that can achieve that, it is definitely Eddie Hearn. He's the only one that can create that.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Like right now, he's got two. He's got two biggest fighters in the sport idling.
Well, I mean, like this is. I know this is a whole separate debate about who's the best promoter in the world, but just look at the facts. You got Eddie Hearn. He signed his US DAZN deal in America. He was given over $1 billion to create 1 year's.
Well, we don't know. We don't really know if it was that. It's supposed to be a 9-figure deal.
Well, but what other?
But he couldn't get the top. Yeah, but he couldn't get the top stars here to come.
But he tried though.
That was
he's got Canelo.
But have you seen the schedule? The debut schedule was trash on Fight Camp.
No, but it's $199
though.
But Lady Chann, it's $199 though. So I'm not
I know,
sure.
but even for $199, we was getting. Even if it was 99p, I'd still complain. Even if it was free, it was just like, at the end of the day, it's not a great fight. This is your debut with DAZN, effectively.
Everybody, Lady Chann, Lady Chann, I got to be going now. I'm going to get off the chat now, but thank you for having me on. Piece of slapper. Y'all take care. I'm going to,
You at
All right,
work?
AJ, take care.
Yeah,
All
AJ.
right.
I'm not about
what
to.
you need
I'm
anyway.
not at work. I gotta get a haircut, so miss my appointment.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's still day for you
So I
guys.
hear you.
Yeah. All right.
All right, yeah, I hear you.
Thank you for the super chat as
Take care.
well. Massively
You're welcome.
appreciated, bro. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that is
All right.
lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right,
Yeah.
till next time.
What I was saying with the with the 199 thing, right? Listen, look, it's your debut. You need an extravaganza. We need it to be like, yeah, I've left Sky, and so what? Da 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 da. It's so so unimpressive.
I get that, but they are going to introduce a whole new production around this event. They're going to introduce their new talent, like on the analysis team. They're gonna ramp up the hoo-ha around like the whole like Matchroom headquarters, like the fireworks and stuff, and there's going to be 400 fans in the garden, like, and there are some good fights on that card, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's not forget that they are rolling out all their stars. You got the Romford Bull fighting, you got Babbage the Savage fighting, you got Michael Mickelson fighting, you got Cullen fighting, you got Conor Benn fighting, you got Buatsi,
but you don't know
Kid Galahad fighting.
You don't know who's going to be fighting Fabio Wardley. It's not
you got Wardley fighting.
Yeah, but there's no opponent. Yeah,
but this is more like an introduction to what Eddie Hearn and the Zone are going to be creating in the future. So I'm bang up for it. 199 to watch these fights. I mean, come on, man. Like, you just can't moan. Like, for me, you have to find that balance between like real life, okay, like realism, and our fantasy. And our fantasy is obviously to get these bangers on during fight camps, 199, yeah. But unfortunately, that's just not realistic. It's just not.
I just don't think it's good enough for a debut. I think it's not good enough for a debut.
So let's say like in 6 months' time,
Canelo, you have all of this. You could have got a better card.
What do you reckon that you?
Sorry.
What do you reckon that they could have got Canelo on fight camp?
No, not Canelo on fight camp. But I mean, you could have. I don't know. Maybe like what you're saying. Maybe he's starting off slower, and then he's gonna.
100%. 100%.
As it gets week by week in fight camp. But yeah, I'll give you that.
What Eddie Hearn and UK DAZN are trying to do, they're trying to condition us. They're trying to present to us a new kind of way of watching boxing and a way of like interpreting boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And after this fight camp, I promise you, there are going to be so many bangers. There are going to be, within the space of like 6 months, I guarantee there's going to be 5-6 pay-per-view worthy cards in that schedule, okay? And we're going to pay £6 a month for it. So, I mean, but and over in America, they're charging you $50 for Logan Paul against Floyd Mayweather. So, I mean, who are the real winners? I mean,
we are.
Yeah, but
exactly.
We don't have to buy that. They're not buying it.
The DAZN, how much do you pay for that monthly?
Shalom, Jay Cooley. I pay for the annual. It's $100.
Oh yeah, cheaper.
Nice.
So that would be
nice.
Yeah, but I'm not I didn't buy the Logan Paul and Floyd. That's like a exhibition. That's if I choose to buy that. Like the PBC, their top guys is pay-per-view now. So that's if I choose to buy that.
Yeah, but are you telling me that you'd spend $80 on Lopez versus Kambosos?
That's not what I said.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but do you know what I mean? That's like 8 months worth of the zone.
No, that's not what I said. You keep cutting me off. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
What I said was that's my annual fee for the zone. Top Rank is free. And that's like $5.99 a month. I pay for that too.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch certain fights on ESPN Plus.
That's free,
now, Well, yeah. Well, no, it's not free for us.
We don't
But
have it.
now,
Yeah.
How much do you pay
oh,
for
okay. I
ESPN?
think I have regular ESPN. Most of the fights come on, but some of them select ones come on ESPN Plus, and then also PBC. We watch their fights on FS1 and Fox Sports One, and
Mm,
also Showtime. But
yeah.
the majority of the fights are free. I mean, well, you pay with your cable package or
Yeah.
whatever. But some of them are like the top guys like Tank and Wilder and Spence and all of them. They're pay per view.
Mm,
Who else is
yeah.
pay per view over there?
Yeah.
You know.
It sounds like you guys pay, in comparison to us, a lot of money for the boxing. Now that I think of it, because I mean, I don't have Sky package. What I do is my mum has the Sky full package. So anything that comes on my mum's Sky, we have a thing called Sky Go. So 6 people from that has the one main package can have it shared, and you can have it on the
Oh,
go
that's great.
on your thing. So I have my mum's a sports fanatic, so she has the full sports channels. So I get all of the
Right.
Sky Sports, all of Euro Sports, every sporting channel. My mum's
Oh,
whole
okay.
package I get basically.
Well, look, listen, ladies. If you want a couple of funky streams for you to
Party
check out, then
party streams.
nah, funky streams. If you want a couple of funky streams where you can wink, wink,
Yeah, no,
save yourself a few.
yeah.
but
I don't
no,
watch
listen.
I
No,
don't
but,
watch the streams. I don't watch them.
You know why the streams are focused? Because I
I
only
don't
do
watch.
I only do
I don't
not
that.
for
trust
me.
them.
No, I support it. Not normal. Like the only time
Yeah.
that vibe will happen is like I need to watch a Showtime fight. I need to watch a Fox PBC fight. That because we don't get them here.
Right.
So that will be the only reason. Anything else, I support.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should too, because
Right.
they're putting their lives
Now,
on the line.
But
my
if
my sniper,
Yeah,
as
go on.
far
Yeah,
as
go
the Teofimo thing. Now the Teofimo thing is a whole different. That's its own entity, only because they purchased the purse bid. They bid it on a purse bid and won. Because normally Teofimo's fights are on ESPN, which is Top Rank. Well, Top Rank is on ESPN. So, this situation would happen. So that's why this one is going to be on Triller. That's like a whole separate, by itself. But I'm not sure how much that pay-per-view would be. It'll probably be from 50 to 60.
fuck.
For the female one.
50 or 60
Yeah, how much is it going to be for us? It's going to be a bit, what is it, 20, 25 pound or what's going to be about? It won't, is it? It's not going to be on Sky though, is it? It's going to be, what are we going to be able to watch it on Sniper then? Probably like Premiere Sport or...
Well, it's got to be, like, surely Triller have an online platform where we can all just go to, surely.
Yeah, I think you could do it from Premiere Sport as well if you subscribe to Premiere Sport, which I think I do. Like I do 6 months at a time, but you can go.
Premiere Sports is where Box Nation is, isn't it? Frank Warren's Box Nation.
Yeah, because I've never just gone to Triller and done it.
Oh, okay.
But maybe though. But how much is it going to be on Triller then for UK? Because the last Triller thing it was on Box Nation or Premier One Sports.
The last Triller event was bloody Jake Paul against Ben Askren, for crying out loud.
I didn't do that. Actually, I haven't done
it
at all.
Could you imagine if you spent $60 on watching that?
So how much?
Come on, man.
How much was they selling that in the UK then on Triller for that fight?
I don't know. I wasn't interested in that fight. I didn't pay any attention. I am paying a little bit more attention to Jake Paul against Tyron Woodley, because at least Tyron Woodley is a 5-weight MMA champion who's known for his striking. And by the way, this geezer is an animal. He's an animal, man. So yeah, and Jake Paul was saying things like, "Oh yeah, but you've lost your last 4 fights." Yeah, against 4 animals, like 4 prospects, like genuine world class, like 4 of the best fighters in the world, right?
That's it.
Oh, there we go.
We have it on Fight TV. That's what I watch on. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've heard of that one.
Some fights on that.
It's
an app. It's a streaming app on your.
Trilla bought it.
Mm-hmm. I have the app on my TV, Fight TV. And you just pay a little whatever they ask for, $12.99.
Yeah, but the problem with these types of networks is that they haven't got the depth and quality to compete with things like Top Rank, The Zone, and Eddie Hearn, and PBC, Golden Boys, Frank Warren over in the UK. They don't have the established depth and quality. So these like broadcasters are essentially just like one-hit wonders.
Yeah, yeah, because they come in and out of business.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's the app world.
Exactly.
And everyone can create an app, but it costs a bomb to run them when you've got, and then all of a sudden, because Box Nation was when it bought out.
You know when Tears for Fears come in with loud, but let it all out. We are the ones that we talk. You know what I mean? So, and then after that song, they're gone, weren't they? So they're just one-hit wonders. Don't worry about it.
You go off on your tangent. I was like, where's he gone with this now?
I have had a couple of drinks, so don't worry.
I remember that song. Yeah.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
Yeah, it was a banger. Were they one hit? I don't even know who
That's
did.
Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember them.
Mullet Central.
Didn't see them.
They made everybody wants to rule the world.
Everybody wants to. That's right.
Everybody wants to rule
the world. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, that is that's actually one of my because my old I don't want to like obviously get personal, but my old man died on New Year's Day.
Oh God!
And I went through like a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, condolences.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, like he was a musician. He made his money being a musician, playing in bands all over the country. He was a bass. He tried off being a singer. He failed as a singer, but then he became a bass player, and he played in rock and roll bands all over the country. He made a good chunk of money, and one of his favorite bands was Tears for Fears, and one of his favorite songs was Everybody Was Well, you know. But yeah, no. So, but yeah, no. It's just funny though, isn't it? Like how
made me want to cry.
Nah, no, listen. It's like we all have like our songs that like just they just like they just strike our heart like straight away, and there's just nothing you can do. It's like whoa, you just sit back and listen, and you're like whoa shit, like, okay, this is a banger. So yeah, but no, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
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 God bless you.
Yeah, man. Condolences.
Well, no, I mean,
weren't they a UK band?
Yeah.
Listen, Lady Chann, yeah, because I do need to shoot in the next like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I am just so desperate to hear your, or at least for you to at least like write down his name and check him out, Nathan Heaney.
Yeah,
please check out Nathan Heaney.
Nathan Heaney, that's
like, especially and you as well, Lisa Bales. Please, and like anybody listening.
How do you spell
his last name?
So Nathan, Nathan, okay, space HEA NEY. Nathan Heaney. HEANEY.
Yeah.
Please. Like
I will. I'll check it out.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, the thing with Nathan Heaney, like his ring walks are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I like it.
I haven't seen anything like it since Ricky Hatton against Floyd Mayweather over in Vegas, right? And then the condition that he shows up in, he is always in shape. Like I'm talking like banging shape, you know. And then also his fighting style. He's got a lovely jabber move. He's got lovely movement. He's got lovely
weight class is he?
He's got lovely combos to the body. His weight class is. Hang on, let me just quickly click him up again. Middleweight.
160 or 168?
Well, like 154. His last fight was 154 and a half.
Okay, so he's junior middle, super welter.
Yeah, junior mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's
Who's on there now?
H-A what now?
Heaney.
Oh, wait a minute.
Heaney.
Look, I genuinely think that he can fight for a British title, and that he could sell out a stadium. He could sell out a stadium and create one of the best atmospheres of all time British boxing.
Oh, they talking about his ring walk.
Is he your friend? Do you know him at all, Sniper?
No, I don't know. No. But I would love to know. I would love to know.
Is he active? So he's an active boxer right now still?
Yeah, big
what
time.
I can try and do, I can try and reach out and see if I can get him on the show.
Do you know what? I reckon he would definitely come on your show, 100%. He is that type of guy. Like he's like a Fabio Wardley type. Like he's bang up for going on like independent channels and promoting independent and all that kind of stuff. Like 100%. And I promise you would love his personality. He's so fun. He's so easygoing. Yeah, like he's from
nothing could top Prince Nassim though.
No, nothing. Sorry.
Well, I gotta see this.
I don't know.
That was some wild stuff.
When Nathan Heaney fights for a British title in Stoke Stadium.
Yeah.
Who knows? You know what I mean? But
Prince Nassim came on the flying carpet, so no one can stop him. If he ain't coming on a flying carpet, mate, then he's not better than the scene with the remork.
I remember.
But
Prince Nassim fought Barrera, and he made him wait. He made him wait forever before he came out. That was some wild stuff.
He took,
and then he got his behind beat.
It's arrogant. He's massive now. I can't believe how big Nassim's ballooned up in weight. He's massive.
Yeah.
Didn't
he have? Didn't he get in a bad accident or something?
Didn't he get in an accident?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure.
Didn't he get an accident years ago?
An accident? I don't know. What, like a car accident, you mean?
Yeah, something, yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah, I see his ring walk. He's a character. I see him, guys. He's a character.
Oh, is he? I'm gonna check it out when we get offline. I will do.
Well, you know, with the whole thing with like fighters blowing up after their career, someone who's like really inspirational, or at least should be inspirational, is David Haye. Because when you look at David Haye now, he's looking more healthy and more conditioned and in shape than he was
recently
when he was fighting.
No, but listen. When Chisora fought Usyk, right? David Haye looked amazing. I've actually met David Haye probably at an award show about 2014, and he was
go on. Be honest. How much did you fancy him? How much did you fancy David Haye?
I actually thought he was just an arrogant idiot. Like I was like, let's get a picture. He was a bit big, but I didn't really like his attitude. It was a bit up himself. Right. But I do think he does look good. Yeah, but then I just really didn't really care because I was like, mate, we're both at the same award show. You're VIP, so am I. So I got a better table than you. I was at the Mobos, but to be, you know, the one, sis, right?
Yeah,
let's get it. Yeah.
Okay, you better work.
You better work.
Okay. Yeah, you gave him. Yeah, you gave him the business.
Yeah, the business. You know me, sis. You know how it
Yeah.
goes. But when I saw him over the years, and then I thought he's gorgeous. He gets better with age, and he doesn't age badly. So the last time I remembered him looking good was when Chisora fought not Parker, when he fought Usyk. But fast forward, Lisa, do you not remember me going, what's happened to David Day? He looks like he's aged. He looks gaunt. He's lost weight.
No.
I don't know if Derek Chisora has given him so much stress. He's lost a ton of weight. Yeah, he ran and left the car.
Well, maybe he's vegan or something.
Yeah.
So
maybe
you're saying that he's looking
He did have a car accident.
skinny.
He ran and left the car. Paul Siet said, yeah, that's right, he did. He ran and left the Rolls Royce that he was in, or Bentley, Prince Nassim. Crashed it all up. Now I remember it. Yeah, you're right. But back to David Hay, he just go and look at just when you pull up
I saw he's Brian and yeah. But you know what? A lot of these guys, they dye their hair.
Yeah.
They've been dyeing their hair.
They've been doing it.
I guess maybe now he's just letting it come in. I'm not saying, or maybe
That's
he
not
just
what's the oldness that I'm saying as such.
Yeah.
He's lost he's lost weight. You know when you lose weight and you become gaunt looking.
Right.
Kind of
maybe
that's what
he's I don't know what type of transformation he's going through, but he could maybe he's vegan or something.
It's Derek Chisora. It's Derek Chisora.
No,
Derek Chisora pulled that big old gun. The Parker thing. Pulled that big old gun.
You're slandering the great David Hay.
Derek Chisora. We're not slandering him. We're not saying anything bad. We're just saying an observation that he looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
No, I didn't know that he lost a lot. I saw he was spraying, but I'm saying that no, this happens. People do dye their hair.
Yeah, and then they let the gray come in with the stop.
And then finally they just said, to hell with this, I'm going to let my gray come in.
Yeah. So his grays have come in and he's lost a lot of weight. So I was just wondering what happened between Chisora Usyk to Chisora Parker. I don't understand.
But isn't that good for his health though? Like if he's losing weight
he wasn't
and becoming like more conditioned at that weight. Then that means that he's got more longevity. He's got less fat, like circulating around his vital organs.
He wasn't fat before. I've been watching David Hay a long time. I've been watching for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Into what he looks like when he's doing his.
Yeah, you know what? The guy in the LCX is correct because David Hay was never a real heavyweight. He was a pumped up cruiser. Yeah. So he's probably just going back down to his what his real natural weight is. Yeah. Because and another thing about David Hay, he used to lift a lot of weights and pump a lot of iron, but it was too much for his frame. You could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell it was
like
just
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but do you know what though? Yeah, when I was going through school, when I was going through middle and high school, all we spoke about was England's golden generation in football, in soccer, okay, and Ricky Hatton and David Hay, and the one figure, the one character, the one sportsman that stood out to me was David Hay. I just loved him to bits. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it's his swag, his confidence. I just loved him to bits, man. Like he was
quite underrated, wasn't he?
He was like Beckham. Like Beckham, you know, Beckham, was so underrated as a footballer.
Beckham was never as a footballer.
But,
was the god.
Well, no, but like people thought like, Beckham's just a pumped up celebrity. But no. He was a world class footballer, by the way. What he could do on the pitch was incredible. Yeah, exactly. And that's the same with Beckham. With David Hay. When David Hay was almost stopping a 7'5" giant in Valuev in the last round. I mean, come on, man. Like, I like David Hay. I did. I think he was underrated, but that's how
or I went with him.
And that was also like throughout an era when we had like blind patriotism behind our sportsmen. So it didn't matter who they were, what they were, as long as they were British. That's it. We were just 100% behind them, and we just believed that they could just do it, you know. Whereas, like in this generation and in today's environment, there's almost like an air of like pessimism about like all of our sports teams. Yeah, in the last Olympics, we came second. We beat China, by the way, and we've got a population of 65 million. They've got a population of 1.2 billion, by the way. Yeah,
we're just a little island.
Right, yeah. In the World Cup, we got to the semi-finals, but we still managed to chat shit on it. Oh yeah, but we had an easy run, you know. Nah, fuck that. We got to the World Cup semi-finals.
When it comes to us in like World Cup,
we've got 2 world heavyweight champions in heavyweight boxing, and we've got Dillian White.
Who's your favourite heavyweight boxer? Just asking. Who?
Anthony Joshua.
Yay!
Yeah,
What do you think of Tyson Fury?
I love Anthony Joshua to bits.
What do you think of Tyson Fury then?
I also love him to bits.
Really?
But I just,
no joking.
Well, I mean, look, listen. Like from my environment, Tyson Fury aligns with my like culture, whatever. Going out, getting double lively, going on mad ones for like 3 weeks at a time, you know. But with Anthony Joshua, he is a classic box fighter. He can box and he can punch. And the way he finishes people, Joshua for sure. Look at Joshua's resume. Joshua's resume is incredible.
You're preaching converted. I already know.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just interesting to see other people's opinion.
Yeah. But Joshua's resume is extraordinary. Like people like to bang on about Wilder. I mean, who's Wilder for? What? Nobody even knows Ortiz's age. Like, how old is Ortiz?
We don't know.
Please, someone tell me. He's either 58, 68, or 48.
I don't know.
Like, what's going on?
I think he's about 40.
No, I think he's about 40.
That's what I'm saying.
45.
I mean, he's a little over 40, yeah.
I don't think he's 42, really. I think he's a bit older. Cubans always lie about their age. No disrespect, but I think he's probably about... Frank Sanchez is no way 27. He's had a hard life.
No, but look, listen. Like, Louis Ortiz, he's a great boxer. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But my God, can you set him up for that right hand? And that's what Wilder did. Fair play to him. He was losing every second in that second fight.
Every round. I know, I say
he was losing every second in that throughout those rounds, right? Yeah. And when I was listening to Adam Smith commentate, I was like, oh my God, there's going to be another upset. I was shitting myself. I was like, oh my God. Wilder is about to get sparked out. And then all of a sudden, kaboom! Wilder lands that nuclear bomb on
I didn't even watch the fight. I've seen bits, I've seen highlights, I just didn't even watch the fight.
Oh, which one? The first one or the second one?
Any of them.
The second one.
Oh, the first one was really good. Yeah, I remember.
I didn't watch any of them.
That knockout was good.
I saw bits of the highlights. I was so by that. I just weren't interested in him. By that
the first one, Ortiz wobbled Wilder. He wobbled him, and Wilder was like
in the first fight,
his corner. And then the second one, Ortiz was beating him in every single round. Then all of a sudden, kaboom! With that nuclear bomb, he lands it flush.
Yeah, he knocked him down a few times.
And Ortiz is gone. Right? He's seeing fairies.
Spit came out of his mouth. I remember. I was like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah, right.
That was a wild fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I might. I looked at highlights, but by then, you know, the bullshit was starting between the AJ shit and plus the Ortiz shit. I was just like, it just.
Well, look,
that's part of my life. If I could erase, I would. On here.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're going to close down this.
And it's still going on. It's coming back now. It's coming back now because it's crazy.
Yeah, can I just say, ladies, it's been absolutely amazing talking to y'all.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Some other time
it's a pleasure talking to you too.
I thought you was a troll when you first came on. I thought, faceless. Who's this geezer? When you first started, I was like, this guy's going to whip out a picture that's not so good. I was
no.
I was
No. Yeah. Well, look, listen, it's been really good talking to you, all right? And hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
Mate. Welcome anytime.
Yeah?
Thanks for your subscription and thanks for your viewership. You're welcome anytime on the channel.
Yes, thank you for coming through.
I love that so much.
Yeah, and we'll check out Nathan. Thank you.
Do you know what, yeah? As long as we stay strong as a boxing community, we can enjoy any fight. That's what I say. As long as we stay strong as it doesn't matter what the promoters and all these promotions, what type of lies and deceptions they try to sell us, we can still figure out a way to enjoy them. And that's what we need to do as boxing fans.
Yeah.
So
you're right. You're not wrong.
There you go. There you
right,
go.
not wrong. Last word. That is great stuff. Like I said, put the notification bell so you know when I'm always on or when I'm always posting. Do that. And have a good day. Well, it's morning time for us, isn't it? Okay. I'm so used to talking to Americans like that. Have a good day. No, it's definitely 2:38. Well, have a good sleep and have a good whatever you're gonna do. Enjoy.
Yeah, right? Take care, ladies. See you in a bit.
Take care.
All right, take care. Yeah, we need to. I know we're gonna. My adrenaline's high. Who's on their live? Let me just sign this off, and then
All right.
Anyway, guys, thank you. Let me just say, okay. So I suppose you guys must be bored of hearing this, but I'll leave it on record. Spoke to Paulie. Something happened. We are going to try round 3. We're going to do it for you guys because it was a miscommunication leads to complications. Someone play young Chann like she dumb. I love that song. But no, there's some little miscommunication but we'll sort it out. And so thank you for joining us. Stand by. You will see Shani and Paulie. Hey girl, it's Lady Shan, but nonetheless, come box with Shan. Gone. Ra. 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 Ra.